Hi, I'm Matt Mowry, editor of Business New Hampshire Magazine, and this is another edition of Matt Chat. Joining me today is Bob Kelleher, renowned author, keynote speaker, and Chief Engagement Officer with the Employee Engagement Group, which designed and implemented the Employee Engagement Survey for the best companies to work for competition. We are lucky enough to have him joining us yet again for our Breakfast with the Best that's coming up November 11th. And so, since employee engagement is a big topic, obviously, of the competition and of the upcoming event, one of the things that I'm curious about is we're at a great, we're doing much better economically, companies are growing, they're hiring, employee engagement's been on mind, so are we at the highest level yet of employee engagement in our workforce?
You know, it's really interesting, Matt. Gallup has a landmark survey that they do to gauge the level of engagement in North American businesses. And only incremental gains have been made.
Really?
So in spite of an improving economic climate, we still are seeing close to 70% of employees either disengage or actively disengage in the workforce today.
So why is that? I mean, if companies are focusing on these great benefits and you have huge companies like Apple that are supposedly leading the way in these areas, and other companies are trying to replicate that secret sauce, why is engagement so low? What are we doing wrong?
Yeah, and that's a great question, and I think organizations are spending lots of dollars trying to figure that out. I have a couple of thoughts on it. The theme of my talk will be I Engage, and I believe organizations historically have focused their engagement efforts on the employee, not necessarily on the entire person. So if you join us, I'll share some of my thoughts on engaging the whole employee and person, kind of that blended work-life balance, which is becoming more as one rather than historically has been treated very, very separate. The second thing I think we've seen in the workplace, employees suffered tremendously during this, that economic downturn. They were asked to do more with less. There were corporate downsizings. There were mergers and acquisitions that still continue to this day. We all know people who lost their job and either became underemployed or are still looking for a job. So although things are better, I believe the recovery at the employee level hasn't kept up with the recovery on Wall Street, President Hiccup excluded, of course. So you've had the performance of companies increasing, but the overall engagement of the employee population or the engagement of Main Street hasn't really kept up. And I'm hopeful, but I think there are still more things that organizations need to do.
Thanks, Bob. You'll find out so much more from Bob at our Breakfast with the Best event that's being held November 11th and presented by Business New Hampshire Magazine and New Hampshire Businesses for Social Responsibility at the Grapponi Conference Center in Concord. You'll also be hearing from the executives of the 18 winning companies from this year. So we look forward to seeing you there. To find out more information about the event or to register, please visit our website at eventsnh.com.